Thought complete. White morning. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A modern death. Divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Plus 20% zoom out distance. Yeah, that's a weird skill to have, yeah. All motorics skill learning cap is increased by 1. That's cool. That is cool though. Unlock a new slot to research the thought. Some kind of superstar. A shit compressor, right? That gives us endurance. We need the endurance. Perception increased. Yeah, okay. So we can actually zoom out 20% more now. Interesting.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet. Yes, we have not. I have no idea how we're gonna do this. You should take care of that then, but I don't have the money. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Good that you agree here. Now this is the ice cream maker though. We can't leave and this place is giant. God damn it, y'all. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner at the top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut. Let's turn this thing off. And then we're gonna open it. 2 cables. The red one leads to the ice bear. The black one to the ice cream maker. So we're gonna unplug the black one. Why did you do that? Why are you asking? Why are you asking? I do things without a reason. Don't you understand? We can put our hand in there now. Try to crack open the lid. You slip your finger under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. I do have one. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of a super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. Really? If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. What about this? Turn the ice cream crank. It feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an entrepreneur. What? The hell are they talking about? What the hell are they talking about? We will still try though, no? With the pry bar. Holy shit. 3%. Understood. Well, I didn't believe you. I do believe you now. So, another thing we cannot solve yet. No, let's take those stairs, huh? See where the hell these stairs are gonna lead us. Whoa! That was unexpected. That was unexpected. That's cool though. That's cool. So this is a good shortcut, I guess. Ooh, 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 look at this. Some money, man, we almost missed it. We need all the money. Actually, we do not get money. We got a tank top. Insane mesh tank top. A mesh tank top, guys. This is gonna make us look unbelievably sexy, you know? Whoo! Hell yeah! Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. How are we looking here though? Physical instrument was the other bonus that we had. Drama. Play the actor, lie and detect lies. Yeah, I kinda like that more though, to be honest. So we're gonna keep wearing that mesh sexy looking tank top. Can we do something else here? Nope, let's go up. There is still something we haven't explored up there. And obviously there's the woman. Oh, 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 oh. See? The hell is this? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that is where we wanted to go anyway. Ha ha ha. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Does someone live here? Yes. Right, the woman. The floorboards creak. Why do they creak? Is there something underneath? Postcard. We found a postcard. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist. Vapors rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. Alright, so I guess she opened this thing for us, yeah? And there she is. And there she is. Hold on, we have no idea what is gonna happen now. Let's save. This tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Right, hello there. Who the hell are you? Novelty dice maker. Hello, I'm Niha. A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools, with emerald light shining through her hair.
Knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching. Oh my goodness, yes. Hold on. What do you mean by my milieus? They are her headphones, she said, no?
Yes, a milieu is like a calling station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
Oh. So she's somehow connected to that video game company. Radio game company.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
I haven't knocked on your window? No. Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know, the one made by Fortress Accident? Does that count? Yes, it sure counts, right? Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice. Maybe I'm not sure why I'm here. Okay, no, I was looking for someone else. I'm not interested. I'm a police officer. I need to. No. Let's pretend here. Yeah, I like role-playing games.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual.
Damn.
Take a look around and see if there is any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals. It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need. Drama tells me. Alright. How did you become a dice maker? How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. You like role-playing games yourself? Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers, they're nice people. Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. Yeah. What do you know? What do you know about the man that was lynched behind the whirling? Nothing really, I did not know him. Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. God damn it, shut up. Alright. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window. Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening? I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. What is the daily ruckus? Well, there's always... Hold on. Well, there's always something going on in the whirling's backyard. She stops to try and come up with an example. During daytime, there are usually those kids, yeah, the very nice dudes that we met. And lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike. She's heard of the murder, but didn't see it, sire. She looks up at the window. Pale light comes in. But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. Well, we're inclined to believe her there, right? And you never took your eyes off to look outside of the window? I might have, she admits. But in this case, all I could have seen would have been my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's light here, but dark in the yard at night. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out of the window when I'm in the zone. You often work Sunday nights? It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it. And I prefer doing this to sitting at home. I see, thank you. So where are we anyway? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus. Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Creative. The lieutenant looks around in the spacious room, its ceiling fading into shadows above. Let's not ask her directly about the curse, huh? Let's say, you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone, more or less. Are you interested in anyone specific? Ooh, well, quite a lot of them spring to mind. Yeah, we got lots of options here. God damn. There used to be a hair salon next to the bookstore, right? Yes. I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't too bad, no? It's not about the haircut, it's about the confidence. Right, we're a simple man here, we don't care about hairstyles, right? Me neither, she says. I just want it off of my face. Roger that. So what happened to the gym downstairs? It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youths away from drugs and crime. And who was this guy? A kind man. From Simsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym as his way of giving back. Maybe that's what Kuno needs, yeah. Kuno. Who's Kuno? She doesn't know him? He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it will take more than a gym to help that kid. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right, it will. How did that community project wear out, huh? It didn't. Yeah, we guessed so. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that. Eventually though, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Right, so that's what happened to the hair salon and the gym. Now all the broken windows. This one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with a store like that, huh? It turns out business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieus. Who would have guessed? What is a snuff milieu? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. Cool. But what is this snuff milieu? It's a snub rosa radio station that broadcasts real murderers with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it. What the fuck? Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world, right? Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-rosas, the lieutenant turns to you. This is not our problem. Good luck with that. It's not easy catching these perps. Right, so did someone make stuffed animals here? We saw lots of mounts lying around. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly did drugs. Anything else? Oh man. I noticed mannequins, lots of mannequins. There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years until the insect rights activists came. What the fuck? What in the name of... The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin suppliers, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And naturally, all of the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. But insects don't have any brains or feelings, do they? They got what they deserve, making clothes out of beetle wings. I don't know. I'm not feeling any of these answers. Let's just agree with this, because I guess that's what she wants us to hear. Oh, guess not, huh? So I said I'm glad someone takes care of the little guys. Really? She looks at the windowsill where a dead fly is lying on its back legs curled up in a bow tie. Anyway. Okay, I guess she does not like the little guys, the insects. Yo, let's continue here. What's the deal with the rotoblades and the skis? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotoblades to skis, their chief executive officer took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or to Mutrini or Kashtkhor or wherever he is. Interesting, what do these transmissions say? The usual, I imagine. that he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns. Men like that are a curse, Kimmy says. Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All the remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around the house. Not much use now, I guess. They were just props. Why not? Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long. God damn it. We don't need a sword, right? We just need to find our gun. So what else did we find in here? I saw a strange machine. Yeah, the game makers. Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Viral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. What do you mean liberal? What the hell happened? The usual. They ran out of money, couldn't get the project done in time. What went wrong though? Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest. She sounds almost mocking when she says that. So from what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. And to show up to work on time. Well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard, right? For us as well. You're right, they should have just tried harder. They had everything they needed to succeed. Still, not everyone is going to make it. She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk. That's the nature of the game. The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes like snowfall. Anything else? Was that just in? I don't know. Was that a needed information? The result of the die and what's inside. Interesting. So, what about the ice cream company here? Oh boy, the fabled Revelchel Ice City. You're in for a treat here, she smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas. Indeed, what about the other ideas? There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb the bored magazine browsing. Frit does the same thing, you're right, I actually thought about that. I thought about that just now. I know a girl just like that. She works in Frit as the cashier and is not particularly friendly.